The European witch hunts were not driven by superstition. They were a central mechanism in the construction of capitalism. Across Europe in the 1500s and 1600s, as capitalism took shape, hundreds of thousands of women were persecuted, publicly tortured, hanged, burned alive. Other local women were often forced to watch. The women targeted were not random. Common land was being enclosed, privatized, and fenced off. A new economy was taking shape, organized around wage labor. Women were largely excluded from it. They were pushed out of trades and guilds, made dependent on the male wage. The work of sustaining daily life, raising children, preparing food, caring for the sick, maintaining the household, was reclassified. Under the commons, this work had been communal and valued as part of economic life. Under capitalism, it was redefined as not work, a natural duty, a feminine instinct, an act of love. It was performed in isolation, inside a private household, without compensation, and cut off from the communal spaces that had once given women solidarity and autonomy. Many women resisted the role being constructed for them, the housewife. They lived independently, outside the structure of the male-waged household. They were healers and midwives, drawing on traditional knowledge of the body at a time when medical knowledge was being monopolized by male-dominated institutions. They exercised control over reproduction, while new laws were criminalizing contraception and abortion. These were the women targeted in the witch hunts. They were prosecuted by church and state authorities, inquisitors, magistrates, secular courts, often in coordinated campaigns across regions. Capitalism couldn't take hold while women like these, whose labor, knowledge, and body remained their own, were still ordinary. Because behind every wage was a household where someone worked without one. That unpaid labor wasn't incidental to the new economy. It was the foundation it was built on. This was not a spontaneous eruption of mass hysteria. It was the systematic disciplining of women into a new economic role, enforced through terror. The world that emerged from this process is the one we still live in, where care remains invisible and uncompensated, where those who can't or won't sell their labor have no claim on the means of life.